Welcome children. This is video 3, the last video of lesson number 14 pronouns. And in this video we will learn the 3 new pronouns. They are reflexive, emphatic and relative pronouns. Okay children, now reflexive pronouns. These pronouns are very simple. When you add self or selves to the personal pronouns, we get reflexive pronouns. For example, herself, himself, yourself, yourselves, themselves, ourselves. Now, a point to be noted here is self is added as a suffix to singular pronouns and selves is added to plural pronouns. This we have to remember. And one more point, there is no reflexive pronoun as their selves. Theirselves. There is no such word. Now, reflexive pronouns, they refer back to the person who performs the action. And this happens in a sentence when the doer of the action and receiver of the action is the same. Or in other words, I can say when the subject and object refer to the same person. Then the next important point to be noted down about reflexive pronouns is they never act as a subject. They always are used as object in a sentence. The object may be direct or indirect object. Okay. Then the third important point to be noted is reflexive pronouns when removed, the sentence loses its meaning. I repeat, when a reflexive pronoun is removed from a sentence, the sentence loses its meaning. Now, as I told you, in some sentences, reflexive pronouns act as direct object or indirect object. Now, when will the sentence lose its meaning? Only when the reflexive pronoun is used as direct object. If the reflexive pronoun is used as an indirect object, the sentence will not lose its meaning if reflexive pronoun is removed. Okay, you will understand this better with the help of these two examples. Now the first one is they lock themselves. Here themselves is acting as a direct object because it is answering to the question they locked whom? Themselves. Now if I remove themselves, what are we left with? They locked. Now they locked, it does not convey, it loses its meaning. Yes, this sentence does not have any meaning. They locked what? We don't know, right? So here the sentence is becoming meaningless. Now take the second sentence. I gave myself a present. I gave what? A present, right? A present is the direct object. And to whom? Myself. So myself is acting as an indirect object, right? Now if I remove myself, the sentence is not going to lose its meaning. It will still have a meaning. Yes, I would say the sentence will have an incomplete meaning because we are not getting the answer to whom. We are just getting the answer to this question. I gave what? But not I gave to whom, right? So please make a note of this, that if a reflexive pronoun is acting as an indirect object and it is removed, the sentence will still have a meaning. Okay. This you will understand even better when we study about emphatic pronoun. Now, emphatic pronouns, as the name suggests, they are used to emphasize. They are also reflexive pronouns. They are also formed by adding self or selves. And the pronouns are the same. It's only when they are used differently, then they are termed as reflexive or emphatic. They are also called as emphasizing pronouns as well. Now, they are used to emphasize the subject in a sentence, and if these pronouns are removed, if we remove an emphatic pronoun from the sentence still makes a sense. In whichever position these emphatic pronouns are, when they are removed, the sentence makes a sense. So whether they are there in the sentence or not, the sentence has a complete meaning. Now, emphatic pronouns act as a subject or an object. Unlike reflexive pronoun, which never act as subject, they act only as an object, direct or indirect object, right? So myself, themselves, herself, they are emphatic pronouns also. Now look at this sentence. I myself cooked the dinner. Here myself is acting as a subject, right? Now if I remove myself, what are we left with? I cooked the dinner. Pretty good. I am able to understand. It has a meaning. The cat likes to curl itself up. Here, itself is acting as an object, right? So if I remove itself, yet the sentence will make some sense. The cat likes to curl up. Good enough for me to understand. So there are 2 points of differences between reflexive and emphatic pronoun. The first and foremost is if emphatic pronouns are removed, the meaning of the sentence remains unaffected. The meaning does not change. Okay. Whereas if we remove a reflexive pronoun from the sentence loses its meaning. Emphatic pronouns, they act as subject and object, never as an indirect object. Remember, an emphatic pronoun never acts as an indirect object, whereas a reflexive pronoun can act as an indirect object. When a reflexive pronoun acts as an indirect object, and if it is removed from the sentence does not change its meaning. I hope these point of differences between emphatic and reflexive pronouns are clear to you. Yes, children, this is the last type of pronoun, the ninth pronoun that we have to study, which is relative pronoun. Now, relative pronouns are, as you can see in this picture, who, they are also WH words, who, whose, whom, which, and that, right? Now, what is their function in a sentence? Relative pronouns are used to connect a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase with a group of words that follow. Okay, so words like who, whose, which, whom, that, etc. are used as relative pronouns. Now, I can say in other words that relative pronouns play a dual role. One of pronouns, that means they are used to or they are used in place of a noun. And the second one is they act like conjunctions. I repeat, they act like conjunctions, but they do not act as conjunctions. They cannot be used in place of conjunctions because there's a significant difference between relative pronouns as connectors and conjunctions as connectors. See, the main and the most important point here, the point of difference between relative pronouns conjunction is conjunctions simply join two sentences, two phrases, two nouns. Whereas relative pronouns, they add some more information about the noun or the noun phrase in a sentence. So this third point is very, very important and it makes relative pronouns different from the conjunctions. So I repeat, relative pronouns, they do act as connectors like conjunctions, but they are used to add more information about the noun. You will understand it better with the help of this example. The woman who is wearing a pink shirt is my teacher. Now what is who doing? Who is joining this piece of information which is about the woman, and it is joining this information or it is adding some more information about the woman, right? So, who is a relative pronoun. The people appreciated the dancers whom they had met after the show. Now here, whom is pointing towards the dancers or is providing additional information about the dancers, which is an object. Now here I would like to bring to your notice that who is always used as a subject. Okay, like it is used along with the subject. The woman who. If we divide this sentence into subject and predicate, the woman who is the subject and is wearing a pink shirt is my teacher becomes the predicate. So who here is a part of subject. Now look at this sentence. The people appreciated the dancers whom. Now whom is actually acting or adding some more information about the dancers. So whom here is acting as an object. Now we have to be very careful by using who and whom. Who is used as a subject while whom is used as an object. This I have already explained you with the help of these two examples. And who and whom are always used for people, never for things, okay? Whose and that is used both for a person and a thing, but which is used only for things and animals. We should avoid using which for people. We never use which for people. Now, I'm sure you all must have, you must be having this question or a doubt that WH words in previous slides, in one of the previous slides I said, they are interrogative pronouns also. But the main point of difference is the WH words or interrogative pronouns are adjectives. They always appear in interrogative sentences, sentences which end in a question mark. Whereas relative pronouns, they are used in simple sentences or statements. So I repeat, if a WH word is acting as a pronoun but and is being used in a sentence, it is acting as a connector. It is adding some more information about the noun in the sentence. It is a relative pronoun. If WH word is used in an interrogative sentence which ends with a question mark and it is usually used in the beginning of the sentence or wherever it is used, then that WH word will be or should be identified as interrogative pronouns. I hope and I'm sure that the difference between relative pronouns and interrogative pronouns is clear to all of you, and the difference between relative pronouns and conjunctions is also clear to all of you. So children, with this we come to the end of this topic, pronouns. This is the last pronoun. Please do read through these three new pronouns, reflexive, emphatic and relative pronouns, and solve the exercises. Thank you so much, children. I'm sure that you all are going to revise all the 9 pronouns as and when you get time. Also refer this video in case of any doubt. Happy learning.